Welcome back, episode 15.
Look it up before. My goodness.
Why not? I mean, does it matter?
Well, stop saying what episode it is if it doesn't matter. Just always say episode 6. Because if it doesn't matter, episode 6. 15 episodes later, episode 6.
Then I'm definitely gonna get confused. So a while ago, I don't know, like 4 or 5 months ago, we did TeamFourStar reviews One Piece Stampede. They thought it was roughly okay, but they also took shots with Broly being better, and we didn't like Broly at all. So I'd really like to hear what their arguments for Broly is, especially in the context of what we know now about how they felt about Stampede.
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, there's nothing more to say. Let's just get started.
All right, so if you haven't watched our non-spoiler discussion on Broly, this is fair warning right now. In case this started auto-playing for you and you don't want spoilers, I am specifically stating all of this right now. This is going to be spoiler-heavy talk about Dragon Ball Super Broly. This was your chance to click off the video or turn it off. If you want non-spoiler discussion, link down below. Dragon Ball Super Broly, so fucking good. Messes with the canon a little bit in ways that, if you accepted Bardock, father of Goku, as canon, which we did for the longest time. As Toriyama did until he wanted to do minus, and
Boss,
you know what?
That's a problem, and you're just Toriyama ain't it. No. If you put out something and going, this... It's not explicitly stated as canon, but it is accepted as canon, so much so that bits and pieces of it get into the manga and the anime. You go, okay, this is canon. Yeah, and then they just go, okay, that didn't happen.
No.
And that's a problem. I've always hated that. Because you had a perfectly good story. What does it do for Goku that Bardock actually cared about him?
Yeah, what does it do for anybody, really? And now, again, this movie just takes the characters that y'all knew for years, decades even, and loved, and just goes, that's not them.
It's not. And
that's not Bardock. That's not the Bardock you had before. This isn't the Broly you had before. This ain't them.
And it's so weird just having two Brolys in Dragon Ball Fighters.
Until he wanted to do minus, and you know what?
And then he said, "No, I don't want to do that again." Let's work on that too.
So I'm guess Jor-El Bardock and his son
Kal-El
Rod.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll go ahead and say that if I have a problem with this movie, it's that we went, instead of Goku being like this kind of cool take on the Superman alien coming to Earth narrative, what if we just gave him Superman's origin, almost to a T? And that's kind of a bummer for me because I always liked Goku as this. He's kind of like Japanese Superman in that it's like, no, his upbringing was less about we need to save our son, and it's just like by random happenstance you got here and things kind of just worked out.
Would you say this is a deconstruction of Superman? Jesus Christ, Wolf. Episode 13 for that reference.
It just worked out.
TeamFourStar has a Hunter x Hunter deconstructs shonen.
Are you serious?
It's like a 7-minute video. So yes, it's in the favorites. It's on the list. It's in the barrel.
We're not doing it anytime soon. We made our promise.
No, don't say that.
We made our promise.
Well, we said the next couple of episodes.
Yeah.
And it's been a couple of episodes.
No. We need to take
It's like 7 minutes. We can supplement it with like another 7-minute video. Make it a little. We'll talk about this later because I love the deconstruction stuff. It's just rolling my eyes at this garbage.
And things kind of just worked out.
Yeah.
This felt much more planned and ordained, and he's a child of destiny, which I've never been.
And turning Bardock, and these are the problems I had with the beginning part.
Yeah.
Because I mentioned I had a couple of nitpicks. Turning Bardock from that ruthless Saiyan kill machine warrior to, I don't know, I've destroyed a lot of things. I guess I just want to save something. my Kakarot. Just
know,
carrying the
okay.
fucking pod over his shoulder.
I don't think you're wrong necessarily on that one, but okay, it's a guy who hates minus.
It's personal.
Yeah.
flavor.
And this is a pure personal preference thing for me too. It is not me essentially going like it's bad because they did this.
Normally I love the sacrificial father trope. In this case, it changed something that I liked into something that I didn't like as much.
As a guy who hates minus, just flat out, I hate it. I think it's terrible. It's not a story. It's not anything. It's just Toriyama
It just exists.
fucking up something that already worked. This take on it is far better than the comic was.
And you know what? I'll take that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Like-
I did not read Minus.
Yeah.
I've heard nothing but bad things
Like-
because I hang out with you people.
Pause.
Like I don't like the fact that
Miss
Gine,
pause.
What were the differences outside of adding the King Vegeta stuff?
They probably, because I also didn't read Minus. They probably expanded
I
on
did.
stuff more.
I just don't remember it. But that's not really changing it. That's just adding, expanding things.
Yeah.
It's a take, but it's not really.
Because if you're, this isn't like, this is more like Gohan Goes to High School. If you do Gohan Goes to High School and you add less character stuff and less plot, it becomes markedly worse. Because you don't have that action, over-the-top action to supplement it and just go, yeah, but look at the shiny blasts over there.
We have to reread and compare.
the comic was.
And you know what? I'll take that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Like-
I did not read Minus.
Yeah.
I've heard nothing but bad things
Like-
because I hang out with you people.
Like I don't like the fact that Gine is.
There.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Actually, if I had to be completely honest with you,
A Toriyama woman. She is nothing. People were so hyped. Goku's mom? Just whatever.
Dude.
She's Mom Vidal.
Toriyama cannot do women.
She is literally nothing.
Y'all made 17 one of the most popular characters in Super in half an arc. What is 18 doing? She's constantly seen.
She's just there.
She is just there. You gave 17 actual motivation and like, I just want to take my family on a trip. Well, I guess I got to give up that trip and win it for the universe. And 18's like, I want money.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Actually, if I had to be completely honest with you, I don't mind.
I know, right?
I don't mind the idea of a Goku having a mom that's there. But
Kazuneko hates moms.
Well, I definitely wouldn't fuck one. That's that's. But the problem that I have is that they just decided that, oh yeah, so here are the female Saiyans. They make the food. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh god.
They work at the meat packing
yeah,
plant
the meat
all
packing,
day.
exactly. And
Oh,
I'm like,
it's
god.
How
so
dare
bad.
these Saiyans not be progressive, Kaiser?
No, but here's the thing.
So
I
wait,
thought-
the female Saiyans are only good for packing meat and having babies? What the fuck? Honestly, I think that's kind of Toriyama to a T, though.
I know, and that's,
Yeah,
it bothered
and that's
me
why you
because
love it.
Fucking Celiba in Bardock is like
Poor
killing dudes
Celiba.
and stomping on people, and in here it's
Oh,
like
Fasha.
No, yeah,
yeah.
or Fasha, yeah,
Fasha from
I was
Tenkaichi
confused.
3.
yeah. And so it's frustrating because it's like, oh great, Goku's mom is just nice submissive waifu. I mean, but that being said, I kind of love her design, and
She has a good design.
yeah, and one
She
of the
evokes Raditz,
She was
which
really
I-
good at chopping that meat.
I
Yeah.
see the Raditz in her,
She had,
which
she
is
had
cool.
the Raditz hair.
Yeah.
Kind of, just shorter.
And I do, as much as I absolutely hate turning Bardock into a good guy, they at least go out of their way to give him context clues as to what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
in the
he's not psychic anymore,
Yeah,
but he just kind of figures it out.
He didn't fight that psychic fish, so
Yeah.
he didn't get the...
but in the comic, he just figures it out.
He's just like,
I got a bad feeling.
I think Frieza's gonna kill us.
Yeah.
Pause.
I got a bad.
Who cares? I don't really care if he gets context clues or anything. It's bad that he's the only person in all of a Saiyan planet that goes, maybe this ain't on the up and up.
It just makes, man, they look so stupid. Saiyans are just idiots.
and Bardock is just the special one.
Goku's father.
He's the only special one.
Bad feeling about this.
No, in-
we gotta.
in the
I
movie,
gotta
like-
send my son away. And no, in the movie,
Yeah, they're like the first scene you're really shown Bardock is he's flying back in with his buddy who I guess is named Leek. I don't think his name is ever mentioned, but in the credits he's listed. So he's flying back in with his buddy Leek. He's like, I got a bad feeling about like why Frieza's calling in all us from the outer reaches.
and he gives a bunch of reasons of why this is fishy. And then he finds out that Frieza's been asking around about the Super Saiyan. And he's like, yeah, no, this
Yeah.
sounds
He's gonna kill us. Ha! Yeah, that's a good joke, Bardock.
And the
Yeah.
reason I like that is that it's like all I can think is this guy's seen some shit. He's probably done shit to get people into
He's like, this is a classic tactic of get all of them in one
Yeah.
spot so you can smoke them at one time.
exactly. This feels like a tactic of war, and Bardock
we
puts
get
it
to
together. And I'm like,
Broly?
oh, cool. And then when Gina even asks, like, this isn't like you. Why are you sending him out like this? You never cared before. And you know what? As cheesy as the line
It was
is,
very cheesy, but I understand, and it was a very like sentimental, heartstring pulling line.
yes. And when he puts his son down and he says, look, if it's all a ruse, I'll
Yeah, if
come
it's
back
all
and
ruse,
I'll
we'll go
rescue
find him. Yeah.
But that goodbye, I was like, oh shit, I hate Minus,
Pause.
and this got
Him having those suspicions are in the manga.
damn it. Is that fair?
I want an alternate universe where Frieza doesn't blow up Vegeta and Bardock has to go to Earth to get Kakarot. And it's just like, who's this Gohan guy? I'm gonna fucking kill him.
Give me back my son. Like he's the one that shows up when Goku's like 12 and entering the tournament or something.
Ooh.
That's
my
boy. Yeah, let me see that alternate timeline.
Kakarot.
Masako, hit it up, son.
Right? I do love how when he's in the ship with Leek, and Leek's like, you know that guy, he's a total bastard, and fucking Bardock's like, dude, your scatter's on, man.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You know he can hear you.
And then just puts it down on the ground as if that's going to turn it off. But
The thing that I think because I haven't chimed in much, but I also still I think this movie's perfect. And the way I ration it out.
Whoa! Whoa!
So we were just good with them going to different dimensions, huh? we're just good with that, huh? Okay, I just want to make sure.
Unexplained, here it is, and they have moved on.
I just want to make sure what we're doing. Wow.
Also, still, I think this movie's perfect. And the way I ration it out in my head is that when the blast is coming, you still see him fighting it.
yeah, he's still the
And
one there. I wanted to see that.
That was so weak.
Yeah,
That was so nothing.
that was you know what happened here, but do we? Because that's not what happened.
It's not like Bardock standing up to free. It's just like, oh, there's the blast. You know what happened. Okay, where's the story there? Y'all quickly got through that so we can get an extra 4 minutes of joke fusions.
That was so shorthand. They just went, yeah, we know Bardock, blah, blah, blah. But then you develop him in that short amount of time, then just go, yeah, here's his death, whatever.
Hope that's in the extended
That's what I'm
cut.
thinking. Is like there's still some more that happened there that I think was cut because
Yeah.
we just go from he's gone and then he dies in the middle of the blast.
It's
tattered and
weird
fighting
too
soldiers.
because he looks like he's pre-battle damaged in that
Yeah,
shot too. Like those
exactly.
other scenes, are like stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm expecting that if there is an extended version, which I pray to God there is, yeah, there's scenes with him fighting because that's what I would absolutely want because it's implied in the movie.
Yeah,
almost
just
kinda?
ever so slightly. You see a bit. You see him with the soldier
It looks
there.
like it's him with a bunch of like freedom fighters out
Yeah.
there trying to be like, and I kind
Are you guys pointing out a problem in this perfect movie? What are you doing? This movie's perfect.
freedom fighters out
Yeah.
there trying to be like, and I kind of wonder this because they also imply in the movie that not every Saiyan is a warrior. Some of them, I guess, are technicians and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And they actually run around with rifles and blasters. Not everybody's hucking energy beams.
Yeah, I
'Cause I
loved
guess not
that.
everybody.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. But I look at this and I'm thinking,
But they're a warrior race.
like, because I'm guessing his friend Leek is a pilot or something,
yeah,
which
yeah.
is why he wasn't up there helping. But if they all fired back on Frieza's beam, do you think they could have stopped it or like put it?
If there was one big mega beam from all the Saiyans.
Well, we know the true power of Dragon Ball is friendship.
Yes.
And that's what they learn at the very end.
Okay, we can stop that right there. Frieza is not even trying power level 1 million. Raditz went Holy Goku, you're doing 1,300. It ain't
That's
happening.
a surprise. That's a big number.
It ain't happening. If 1,000, 1,300 Saiyans did that, it would be 1.3 mil. It would take 1,000, 1,300 level Saiyans. And
Raditz is weakish, so they gotta be weaker. No!
it's not happening.
And that's what the Saiyans didn't understand.
Yeah,
which is why
they
lost.
were all bastards, according to Paragus, who is also incredible in this. And the dichotomy between him and King Vegeta, who, by the way, I loved King Vegeta's design in this. He looked so fucking
King Vegeta's
cool.
outfit.
Yeah,
is
young
great.
King Vegeta looked pretty good.
Yeah, I was actually
I
really,
liked his new goatee.
Oh yeah, looks good.
Yeah, everything about him, his demeanor, the way that he goes about stuff, the way he freaks out when he finds out that a commoner is in the same nursery as his son. He's like, are you,
Because there's like a whole bunch of other kids up there, but this like Broly also like, oh, the fuck's this?
Well, I think it's more like he's like, I recognize these ones are these are all the
Yeah.
elite born.
That's
Who's-
Nappa's boy. And
Or-
Basic.
They never established that?
Nope.
And what do you mean by elite born? Are there other princes and kings and royalty on that planet? We don't know. So you're just assuming.
Yeah.
Where are you getting this from? Why did he point out specifically Broly? Oh, because he's in the title of the movie? And we need this to happen?
Why was Broly even there?
Why was Broly even there? Who brought him there? Perfect movie.
Nappa's boy. And
Basically, like I'm sure it's something along those lines of like, yeah, the upper crust, like we get to hang out
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Who's this dirty baby?
I bet it's, you know what? I will point out that his color was different.
Ah,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So
the
maybe-
pod color was different.
Yeah, maybe they're designated by color. Maybe like this is
Why
a
was
lower
he
class,
in
this
there
is, like,
then?
middle class. This is high class.
I mean, Paragus was like a lieutenant or something, according to the thing. So he must have been somewhere in that echelon.
yeah,
But
He's
not
the
good.
shitty lieutenant. That's what they didn't tell us.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, and
Kind of like how you and I imagined they decided, well, shit, fuck, that kid might be stronger than my boy Vegeta, so we're gonna send him out to this shit stain of a planet way out in the middle of nowhere.
yeah, basically they're like, okay, that kid. So Vegeta gives a reason, which is actually kind of a valid reason of like his power level is incredible. He won't be able to control
yeah.
it, and he's going to kill us all. And but Paragus is like,
Based on what? Has something like this happened before? Now, this would have been a good flip if Goku was sent off planet because his potential was higher than Vegeta's. And instead of the story of weaker Saiyans being sent off, is actually the potentially super strong ones that get sent off. That way we can go, this commoner blood is beating royal blood for Vegeta for what reason?
That would have been good, but then we also have to get into, I guess power is just inlaid and he was always meant to be this strong.
It has to be gone.
Yeah, you're right. But then you have the Broly was just born over 10,000. So his right now is just gonna grow, but Goku's potential is gonna shoot up. It's like a slightly diagonal upwards as opposed to a straight up.
Yeah, like a rocket as opposed to like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
he's going to kill
And
us
then
all.
we have to think about, well, how do they determine power levels at birth and potential and whatever.
and he's
Perfect.
going to kill us all. And but Paragus is like, no, you just don't like the fact that he's stronger than your son. And Vegeta's like,
Bitch, I already shot him out.
Yeah, well, he's already gone, so whatever.
That's a fine argument. You should tell that to Broly, who's on his way to Vampa.
yeah. Well, I like he's like, another word out of you, and I'll have.
But then again, he was right.
Yeah.
Because Broly was just a angry monster man that needed to be controlled by a necklace. So again, how did he even know?
And if that's the case, if you're just going, I'm going to kill him, why not just kill him?
Yeah. Well, I like he's like, another word out of you, and I'll have your tongue. And it's like, ooh.
Yep, fair enough. And then he just launches out of the window. It's like, there's fucking stairs, mate.
Well, yeah, but that takes a while.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, you're behind the pod anyway.
Yeah. I love. So yeah, he grabs Beats, and he's like, I'm taking this fucking plane. He's like, you're not qualified to fly that thing. It's like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't care. We're going.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna be in so much trouble.
I love Beats, by the way, because he doesn't
By
like.
Dre.
Huh?
By Dre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beats by Dre. He's actually a phenomenal little character for the.
Were TeamFourStar ever good off the cuff? I might cut this part out because this is just this could be just seen as hater crap.
Yeah, but I remember. I know I've liked every 18 plus I've been to them. That's a little more unchained than doing this unchained.
But is that because you were heavy into them at that time?
Probably. Because this is a little rough.
Dude, it's not even a smile on my face.
The Beast by Jerry was rough.
Time that he's there because he's just this normal Saiyan dude who gets drug
With
into
his little laser gun.
with this little laser gun. And they have to survive on Vampa when they get there, and it's crazy. By the way, we haven't talked about one of the coolest parts of the opening bit, which is
When Frieza's introducing the Scouters, or
because to me, I had no idea. If you'd have told me, hey, so who met the Saiyans and who was ruling over the longest time, I would have said Frieza. King Cold was actually ruling their shit.
I like that it was the Cold Force at one point.
Yeah.
like that's so fun.
I love the Ginyu Force showing up there doing their little pose, like dabbing on the hand. And
Pure
then
and simple.
King Cold just walks out. There's like,
Fan
by the way,
service.
I'm retiring. This is my boy Frieza. He's a bit of a psychopath, but he's in charge now.
All right, Joffrey, do your job.
Yeah.
It's a very short thing, but I think like when King Vegeta greets King Cold, he like pulls out a hand like for a handshake.
Yeah.
And like Cold like ignores him, like kind of just like whatever. But I feel like that sets a tone
And
of
then
like
he has to kneel to Frieza.
yeah, like it's like a very different like. By the way, my son's gonna be running things a little differently than I did. Like you Saiyans, you were like you were okay, but my kid here, he's gonna work
And it's
you.
implied that he's like really young, like he's a kid.
Yeah. He has like the
King Cold's just like, I don't fucking want to do this. You do
he has
it.
this fresh out of the chrysalis color going on. like
He maintains that
all.
for a good long
yeah,
while.
I like it though. It looks
I
cool.
hope the
And
pink.
like, but the scene in question where he introduces the Scouters, like, here, we brought a gift for you. Here, I'll show you how they work. Turns it on. Oh, it looks like we got some weapons
yeah.
trained on us right now. Oh, that guy's got a power level of 2,000. Bang, bang, bang. So that's how they work. And here you go.
How do you
Yeah,
know
if
If
you
you have
have
any
weapons
questions,
trained on it?
if you have
Does
any
the weapon
problems,
have
feel
power
free to
levels?
complain.
Yeah, that doesn't. I don't think that works like that. Also, why can Earthlings sense energy
Because-
but nobody else can?
Because
But then Vegeta does
it's martial arts.
but Vegeta does it on Earth.
Yeah, he realized that that's how they're doing it, and then he did it. He didn't try hard enough. He didn't know that there was a way. But once you know there's a way, you can do it. Just like with flight, you go, okay, they can fly it now. Everybody can fly, no problem. Tien and Chaozu were supposed to be special, and then they went, okay, everybody flies. It's fine.
If you have any
no
questions, if you have any problems, feel free to complain.
That was
Pants
that
flying
was
when
so
she's born.
good.
So
Yeah.
Frieza.
Yeah, I
perfect.
love the idea that it's such a cool way to introduce the device. I mean, we already know, but what a great way to work it into the story. So this is how they. Oh.
Oh, we got some weapons trained on.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah, no, it's so good. It's great. It's a great
They
opening
fire
scene.
at these like snipers. I love that
Yeah.
they had this like military like, okay, we gotta defend the castle. If things go wrong, we're the line of defense.
Yeah, I like seeing this more like militaristic, kind of like modern military look at the Saiyans. Like with just little snipers, and everybody's got little laser guns, and some guys can't fly around and be super buff and punch people to death.
Yeah, and I'm okay. I'm okay with changing up that dynamic of the Saiyans. I didn't need them to be total fucking barbarians, but like I like the idea that they can. That as a warrior race, they're really good at combat. They actually use military strategy and weapons and.
I also really like the aspect of like Beats when they're on Vampa, like Paragus is like, yeah, make sure not to stare at that
Oh,
too long.
yeah.
You'll turn into an ape. It's like, oh shit, I've never done that before.
Yeah,
Like, it's
right?
implied that not all the Saiyans have experienced being an Ozaru.
Not everybody wants to get hazed on their college night.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beats is such a great character because he's so obviously like he's barely a Saiyan. He doesn't feel like any other Saiyan character we've
He's
ever
a technician or a
Yeah.
pilot. Like that's like he seems to imply that he's the guy that like helps repair ships and shit.
Yeah.
And I mean we're in the spoiler video.
Yep.
They get stranded on Vampa because they break their ship. It's like, I can't fix this shit. And then Paragus is like, well, God can serve food. Oh, what do you mean? Bang!
Turns
Yeah.
out he wasn't an average fighter or a brilliant scientist, so there was no need for him on this planet.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but when he just kills Beats, like Well, we do have to conserve food. So.
And this is after Paragus is like, I wouldn't trust a fucking Saiyan to save my life.
Yeah.
And he's just like, this is why.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is a great setup, and I didn't even think about that line. What a great setup! Like never trust a Saiyan. What I tell you, boy.
Do you think Broly's first meal was a human Saiyan?
I don't know if they ate beats.
They ate him.
They probably did. But you saw Broly's first meal. He's chewing on one of those bugs.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
No, that's right. He's in that
Because
bug.
he murdered a bunch of those big ass
That's
powerful
right.
bugs as a baby.
Yeah.
That's
Well, yeah. Well, they implied that when he got to the planet, he
Paragus
stared at
seems
that
to say
moon.
like, oh, he has. Yeah, Paragus seems to imply that. Oh, look, there's some tears in his armor. He must have turned into an ape.
Yeah.
Which
That's right.
Eventually,
Course.
when you
Is it any moon?
Yeah, yeah, that's a good question, actually. Has to be, because planet Vegeta is nowhere near Earth as far as we know. Which means it would have to be that moon. And I'm sure it's the lunar rays as opposed to just being our moon.
But does that mean they have to close their eyes as they're flying through space? Or is there a distance thing plus atmosphere of planet?
Good question. You know what? A lot of times they are hibernating in their pods. Not all the time, but there's a
Well,
lot of the times we see
I was
them
about to
just
say, but then
hibernating.
you got Bardock and his friend going, turn off your scouter as they're flying back, eyes open and talking.
We also didn't see a moon in that area.
Yeah, but there's planets, so there must assumedly be moons.
Not necessarily. I think one of our planets doesn't have a moon.
Yeah, but if one of our planets out of the 8 or 9, and then you got Jupiter that's got 52 moons, it's just a bit muddled when you stop and think about it like that.
Yeah, but I don't think you're supposed to be thinking about the.
Yeah, but you're supposed to be thinking about their military tactics and things like that.
No, that's the thing. I don't think you were supposed to think about them, but now that you've seen it, you go, "Oh wow, that's interesting." And that's not even a joke. It's just like, oh, now it's an interesting thing that they just did.
But then you got to bring up questions about
It poses questions.
What constitutes a moon?
to an ape. Eventually, when you meet older Broly, he doesn't have the tail because Paragus had to cut it off because apparently ape Broly too powerful.
Yeah.
So how did he stop him?
How did he cut off the tail? Well, I guess if Yajirobe can just do it with a sword, I guess he could have just caught him when he was sleeping.
Yeah, I guess.
But then there's also the fact of he absorbed the Ozuru form into himself and why.
We also
What?
get to meet. Okay, so the design of Vampa
Not
is
doing that.
fucking great.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Like
remember
those. First of all, those spider monsters are creepy.
Okay, so it's not the design of the planet itself; it's the design of the creatures, and the creatures were just weird creatures.
Nothing to write home about, I guess, but I don't remember too much of it. I'm gonna Vampa. There it is. It's just kind of irradiated. Oh, look, they're just spiders with faces and big tail. I mean, big tongue.
It's like a spider with a scorpion tail in its mouth. That looks like a Rick and Morty planet. Like,
This is nothing. Yeah, no. This is not worth talking about. I'd be like, yep, it's all right, and then move on.
First of all, those spider monsters are creepy as hell.
The scarab leech things.
Yeah,
Eh?
those things. It feels like this planet is just one giant living creature with a bunch of.
That's
insects.
what I thought it was
yeah.
gonna be at first when they had the big
When they
green
first
fuzzy
encounter it,
monsters,
yeah,
and
yeah.
they're like, this grass is. I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah,
the
like
whole
just one
planet's just
giant
one big
sarlacc
thing.
thing.
And
Yeah.
we're just seeing its fleas.
oh,
Yeah.
like
And
Zoe.
then we get giant worm dog.
Yeah, giant worm weasels.
Oh, I love them.
Those
though.
things,
Yeah.
those things I dug the hell out of when they first stepped down. Like they stepped onto this like soft land, and it's like, this land feels soft. I'm like, oh shit, they're standing on Broly.
That's what I
Nope.
thought too. Yeah.
Nope. Turns out they were on these giant weasels that also play into Broly's backstory in kind of an adorable way.
In a good way.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Broly's Ozuru does have green fur, greenish fur. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, and
Does it?
Why?
so yeah,
And
That's-
like, so Paragus, needless to say, has this giant revenge quest on King Vegeta now for
Yeah, he's got
exiling,
a huge hate
exiling
motor.
his son,
and for stranding him for 41 years.
so
Yeah.
he's like, I'm gonna train you, Broly. They were scared of you because I know you're too good. So I'm gonna work you, boy. And that's kind of where we leave them from
And
that.
Paragus just turns into this asshole dad that you just want to see like the worst shit happen to. And oh boy, does he get so many comeuppance.
I want to know how he got the shock collar
Thank
without
you.
leaving the
Oh,
planet.
he probably jury rigged it out of the ship somehow.
That's what I was thinking, but
Somehow.
yeah, it
Maybe they,
Was a
wait,
little
nope.
weird.
That's
I can actually make a guess into
right.
how the Saiyans work. The Saiyans, they mentioned that they are planetary conquestors, and they take over the planet and sell it for profit. They would also inevitably take slaves
yeah,
Yeah, you know
and
what?
sell them.
Already.
So those shock collars, that's what
Fair
that is.
point.
Yep.
Yeah. By the way,
Accept
I,
that.
Sell them to whom?
I guess other planets, other Frieza ruled planets. It's just that Frieza happens to be the strongest of those.
Then why are you selling them? If the money
Favors.
if the money is a big circle and all leads back to Frieza, why not just give them the slaves?
Why would one of those be on the ship?
Why weren't this would leave more credence if one of the slaves were in there cooking the meat with Guinea?
Yeah. We never saw any slaves.
No, we never. He's just assuming this.
Yeah, this is just a pure guess. There's no context clues for this at all.
We
point something out. that
but
somebody
but
pointed
there's
out.
a problem with the whole Rogers treasure thing.
With Nami being able to see it.
And
Yo,
how did they
yes.
get it out of the Sea King? That's a problem. But this is, I guess they might take slaves and sell them to.
Oh, yeah, you're...
Moving on.
Yep.
Yeah. By the way,
accept that.
I want to point something out that somebody pointed out to me, and I love this scene with the shot collar specifically. I know we're gonna skip ahead, but we'll skip back to where we were.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
The scene where he pulls out the remote for the first time.
Oh, and Broly.
And you see Broly's face?
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's really fucked up.
In the good narrative
It's
way.
like-
That
though.
is child called it territory.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
oh
That's
man.
that's like this is Daddy's belt, and that's
Yes.
Broly's reaction. He's got this like PTSD, and it's so fucking sad.
Yeah.
especially in the scene where like he's
At what
sitting
point-
down and talking with.
At what point does electricity no longer affect you when you're strong enough? Because they're standing like feet away from lava later. And lava reaches a very high temperature. At what point does the elements not affect you if you're strong enough?
There are dudes on AGH, not AGH, but like meth, who will take a full-on taser and just keep on going.
I don't see why a shot collar would affect him if he's...
Not even like it's got settings on it where it's just like you're gonna get the 8 shock.
No, it's just all just shock. So how is this one affecting him when presumably when he's younger and he has the shock collar, it's not killing him when he's much weaker?
Especially in
And he has to be like stupid strong.
He's base level Vegeta from Tournament of Power, post Tournament of Power, which is canonically at this point, let's just say stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, even though it would be much, much, much stronger. But it's stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, raw. So he's that's our starting point of his strength. And a shock is hurting him to the point where he's so freaked out? I don't think so. To the point where he can't just rip it off?
Yeah, that's the real thing. Why can't he just rip it off?
where like he's sitting down and talking with Cheelai and Lime.
yeah, yeah.
And he's really talking about the thing that I was implying earlier. His little ass scarf has a backstory, and it is the ear of one of those giants, like
I'm so glad they give Baby
fur
Broly a
weasels.
safety blanket.
Yeah, it's his blankie.
Yeah.
It was one of these giant fur weasels that he made friends with that he named Ba because of the noises that it made. And Paragus shot that fucking ear off because he's like, Broly, no, you're not. You stop playing. You're supposed to be training.
Friendship is a distraction.
Yeah. And ever since he shot the ear off, that animal no longer considered Broly friendly at all and just
Yeah,
acted
yeah.
completely savage.
This is the last
And so this is
friend.
the last time I remember having a friend. You're just like,
Yeah.
oh my fucking god,
Yep.
that poor baby.
Yep,
Yeah.
I could not. I remember like listening to that story and I teared up a little bit. I'm like, Broly had a friend.
I know.
Pause.
And then his dad.
Whatever. I don't care. It adds nothing to his backstory. It's just a thing that's just like, okay, that's interesting. Make it something like Senior Pink, where you go, oh,
Oh,
crap.
yeah, that's awful.
Oh no, Baby Five. You go, oh, that's their whole personality. No, this was I had a friend, and now I don't, and now I'm wearing something to remember it by. But
Did y'all cry when Boo's dog got shot? Did you tear up? Cause it's the same thing.
it's
just
super easy. That's what it is.
it's a really easy thing to do. And,
animal friend gets shot or hurt.
but the thing is, they're invested.
That's what it is.
Since we're not invested, that moment meant nothing to us. But since they were heavily invested in Dragon Ball and this movie, Kaiser is literally tearing up at Broly going, yeah, this was a friend of mine.
Fucking ear off,
Friend
and now
Broly.
he keeps that as a reminder. And I'm guessing Paragus lost the eye by trying to take that ear away.
Oh, ooh,
Ooh.
yeah.
Yeah, we never get an explanation of why he loses the eye.
I think it's heavily implied it's because of Broly losing control.
Well, obviously.
It was never once implied. We can think that. We can think that it's just a brutal planet. We can think it was just an infection, but it was never heavily implied for that.
I would have. I like when scars that are that obvious have a little bit of a backstory to them, but I don't need it. I didn't even think about it until afterwards, so it's
Yeah.
not a big deal.
I
we
just
can
even notice.
we can skip to the time skip with like Cheelai and them and like actually go into all that. I want to just because I think we're almost done with the prequel stuff.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about baby rabbits.
Oh God!
and we need to talk
the,
about
in
baby
the
rabbits.
dub, he's just straight dubbed by Justin Cook, and it's so.
How is it like when you have a kid who sounds like this?
That is just
Just
smoked
rasping-
every day.
Yeah, he got out of the pod smoking.
What makes me I love that Tarble is
They mention him. They canonized Tarble.
Yeah, whatever.
Tarble gets mentioned in this movie, and Gohan doesn't.
Gohan doesn't even get name dropped.
Yeah.
But it's
That's gotta be up first.
Didn't you have and apparently Vegeta and Raditz were like on friendly terms because they're like the only kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
didn't you have a brother?
He probably died too, but who gives a shit? I'll never be King Vegeta now.
Oh yeah, that is
So
his
his brother
first
just didn't go
line
back to
in
the
the
Yeah.
movie.
Damn,
is,
now I'll never
Never
be
again.
King Vegeta.
Yeah, and I'm like, that is cold and that is perfect. I love
Also,
it.
King Vegeta the Fourth?
yeah.
yeah, Vegeta the Fourth. We now have a successionary line.
Yeah.
So at some point there was a Vegeta the First, and theoretically that's either the beginning of the Saiyans
Yeah, he-
or there was a coup.
Oh, don't don't
There
worry.
was
There
either a
was
military coup or he was the one that organized them all.
Ooh, okay.
Actually, yeah. I think there's some.
It could also be a thing that like King Cold is the one that appointed this guy. You're in
Ooh.
charge.
Ooh, sure. Can
Because
see
it's
that.
implied that King Cold has been over them for
Yeah,
a
for a
long
while. Yeah.
I like the idea that he came to the planet and killed the original king and said, "All right, one of you is going to be king now, and now you know what I can
and
do."
I need to know your name, so I'm calling you after the planet. You're Vegeta.
Oh my God, that's my headcanon now.
That's mine. I love it.
Yeah.
And also, just small note. Doesn't have to be a big conversation. Who are those two fucking random jobber Saiyans with Nappa?
Who?
Yeah, 'cause that means
'Cause you
there were
see
two
Nappa-
other surviving Saiyans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nappa has this like moment where I love hair on his head. Nappa.
Yeah,
Like,
he
"Oh,
does.
we just got the report that a meteor crashed into planet Vegeta. Everyone's dead. Oh my god! And there's two jobber Saiyans with him that I guess die.
Yeah, they probably-
They
randomly
must
somewhere.
die horribly.
Yeah, they
somehow.
probably-
Vegeta probably
Pause.
says, "I don't need someone."
Why even have them?
Correct.
What purpose do they serve when in the canon they go, we're the only ones who survived, me, you, and two other people, except for Vegeta's brother, who I mentioned back then, and these two jobber Saiyans. Why even have it if it directly contradicts the canon?
Because it's perfect.
horribly.
Yeah, they
somehow.
probably-
Vegeta probably says, "I don't need someone who can't move his legs," and just blew them up at some point.
They weren't even paraplegic at that point.
No, he was just sitting
It's on
down.
the dance.
just they can't kick. So
But yeah, I don't know who those two Jobber Saiyans were. Don't know what happened to them. Don't care.
They'll show up again
Okay.
in Super Broly 2.
They're the two
Yeah.
guys that they had to fight when Kami took them into that like illusion.
Saiyans!
Oh God,
That's where they
them. That's them. So
They've
yeah,
been trapped there ever since.
but
But
yeah,
I think that's everything for the past.
that is everything
pretty
from the
much.
past. And then it does a really cool thing with the opening credits.
I know.
yeah, and
Like-
it starts like blasting Cheelai, like that rock Cheelai,
Yeah.
that pop rock
And we
version.
see stuff redrawn, and we see like all like Goku in the tournament, and then
You're
Goku
like,
fighting
"Yeah."
Piccolo, and just quick little pans, but it looks
Little Vegeta,
really good.
and then it cuts straight to Goku and Vegeta sparring in this abandoned island that Bulma bought.
Yeah.
It's really cool too. Like the animation.
Why buy it? There's so much abandoned area in Dragon Ball Z.
You're buying islands, but you can't toss your friend 18 a couple hundred mil so she doesn't have to worry. So Krillin doesn't have to be a cop, a beat cop.
I mean, 100,000. If you could toss her 5 mil and just be like, you're done. You're buying an island. Yeah, I'll just buy 17 the boat. And then they sail on the boat.
It's,
If it's about money, 18, I'll just pay it.
yeah, no, it's fine.
Okay, that works for me. 18,
I'm in a tournament.
I am just Toriyama woman.
I want a cruise for my kids. Yeah, I got that. I can buy that for you.
No problem, no problem. Just straight cash? Oh, yeah, I got you.
Here, just save the universe.
There is really what kind of sets the pace for the rest of the second,
yeah,
the rest of the movie.
Actually, this was when I noticed the backgrounds in this movie are gorgeous. The backgrounds in this movie are
absolutely.
when they're not
Cody.
CG.
Yeah, well, even when they're CG,
Even
they
when they're
just clash
CG,
really badly.
But at
Yeah.
least then, like the front stuff is
Yeah.
really good.
Even when they're CG, they're good on their own. It's just they clash with the character.
They're just
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
noticeable different.
But
No,
I just remember seeing the vacation house and thinking, oh my God, it's beautiful.
yeah.
It looks like a resort, but I guess it's just hers. And then Whis is like, "This is a lovely cottage you have." I'm like, "What the fuck is our definition of cottage?"
Daddy's money. So this is the moment where like I was sitting here cross-armed like okay fine, and then all the shit with Broly happened. I'm like okay sure yeah that's okay. Then we get to this and the transition.
That's
I don't want to
okay.
understand. Like I need to
thought it was
oversell this.
perfect.
Like
Yeah.
we go into Goku and Vegeta going all over.
So, all that character stuff, arms folded, whatever.
Okay, whatever. This
Yeah.
is this is fine.
Oh,
Quoted by
fight
you.
lights
Fight
thing.
happy good.
Fight Lights Monster Man.
Oh look, Goku and Vegeta are fighting again, and this means nothing. They're not Super Saiyans. They're not Super Saiyan Blue. Nothing. They're just fighting. They're just sparring. This means nothing. Okay, now I care. Now I'm invested. This is what I'm here for.
Goku and Vegeta going all over the
You
place.
see like the year counter click up. And
Yeah.
You see like the shit that's happening all
and
over.
they are like ripping through the water, spiraling around, punching into mountains, and just like this is where the Ozar like this looks better than this is on par already with Beerus fighting Goku in
Yeah.
Battle of Gods. It's like the best moment, and we're at
And it's
like
just a warm up.
yeah.
That was the worst
That was
moment of
literally the worst moment.
Dude, Battle of Gods is really good because they slowed everything down and allowed the characters to be characters. Yamcha going, yeah, Beerus, that's good, funny stuff. I don't get a lot of Yamcha. That was good Yamcha. I want stuff like that. I don't need more punch monsters.
Because it just becomes punching and kicking. You go, how is Vera's going all out? We don't know. We don't know the full extent of his power. We don't know how strong Goku is in relation to anything else. We just go, okay, he's really, really strong now. This is a new form, and he's just really strong. And they're just punching, kicking, blasting. Are these punches and kicks affecting him? We don't know. But that's just an amazing part. That is literally the worst part. I go back to the podcast where I liked everything up until that moment when I first saw it. Because up until that moment, it was good stuff. And then it just became more Dragon Ball, flying, punching, and blasting. And I did not give a about this training crap. Because it's just fighting and, wow, pretty.
moment, and we're at
And it's
like
just a warm up.
Yeah.
Like them fighting base level, just having fun.
and that's
Yeah.
was like, okay, we're in for some good shit, and certainly it just keeps getting better.
It gets better from there.
Yeah.
It's shocking that like we have all these good things to say about that first part, and that's my least favorite part of the movie.
It's actually, I won't lie, that opening part is maybe my second favorite part of the movie.
That's pretty good.
Subjectivity.
But yeah, and then after that, so I wasn't sure how they were going to work them all into the Arctic, but as it turns out, and this is a really funny scene, Goten and Trunks call up Bulma, and as it turns out, someone broke into Capsule Corp and stole the Dragon Balls that Bulma had already been collecting.
And the radar.
And the best part is he sends 2 low-level warriors,
Yeah,
so
so
you
that
get
you
this
can't
great
sense
scene.
them.
You get this great scene of them like coming in through the roof, grabbing them, and then
falling
running.
from a rope, typical Team Rocket looking shit.
It's some Hanna-Barbera looking shit, and I
Yeah.
loved it.
Like you expect the bongos when they're running away. For a
Yeah.
second.
No alarms, no security. You go, they're 2 low level ones, so people like Trunks and Goten can't sense them. But just no alarms, no security methods for Dragon Balls for your house.
Bulma briefs, Capsule Corp.
Where your infant daughter is? No, she was on the island with them already. But that's where the infant daughter lives, and there's just no security methods.
And it's really good, and also I think the Pilaf gang's in the background.
Yeah,
So the
they're
Pilaf gang
there.
is
They
in
don't
the-
say
They
anything.
also get more screen time
and then
than
Gohan. Yeah. So
I'm happy.
They have a
Busy at a
react.
conference, guys.
Gohan
Yeah, telling
doesn't
us
need
the
to
third
be
book.
here. Shut
And
up.
So they decide, oh great, Frieza's back, and he wants the Dragon Balls. And one of the funniest exchanges between Vegeta and Goku there, where he just calls him a dumbass, and
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
just like, and
She's
Goku,
like, you idiot! He's going to keep getting stronger, you dumbass! Like, what? Really? You think he's going to outpower us? Mother! It's not a good thing. Only trained for 3 months.
and then Goku's line of, how many times are you gonna call me an idiot? And Vegeta's like, as many times as it takes, you dumbass!
Yeah. Sabbath's having a lot of fun. And
Yep.
I have
Sabbath like fucking killed it with this. Like his directing, like
Yeah.
That was the dude that said it was pretty good for One Piece humor. And he's laughing at Vegeta just saying that Goku's a dumbass.
And that's all. That's the entire joke. He's stupid. And Vegeta knows he's stupid. And everybody knows he's stupid. So he calls him stupid. That's it. Hilarity ensues. No, it does not.
acting like
Yeah.
we love the man. So many fucking props for the goddamn dub on this one.
Yeah.
It's I loved it.
I am amazed that you did Vic pass out?
Oh my god. Jesus.
I'm amazed at what you
Just do
pulled
one
out of
these
him.
and just tug that collar just a little bit.
That is bad, but it was just like every other line is just brah, bad. I was like, oh my God. Yeah,
I don't even want to
good
know.
way.
I don't even want to know what he was like after the oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, there was so much screaming because like Broly, as soon as he goes feral, only screams.
Yeah,
no
only
more
screams.
words.
No.
Only screams.
He ceases to be a character.
He ceases to be a person.
He's nothing else than an avatar of fight. What it is anti-interesting because at least original Broly was taunting them and stuff like that. He's just a rage monster.
No
Only
more
screams.
words.
No.
Only screams.
Shh, no words now. Only
No
screams.
words now, only screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't want to skip too far ahead because, oh my god, one of the best scenes in the movie is all the stuff on Frieza's ship once, like, Broly and Paragus show up.
Even before
some-
then, with Frieza talking
Yeah.
about why he wants
Oh,
the
yeah.
dragon.
No,
Oh, yeah.
okay, this is a two-parter. Because it starts with Bulma with the
Yeah.
setup. Because she was like, okay, I was gathering the Dragon Balls because I wanted to wish myself to be 5 years younger. You know, very Toriyama, very petty,
Yeah.
very Bulma.
Well, and then they even add like they add to this bit running with just like Whis tacking on like, well, why don't you just go for the even 10?
Because
and
if I did that,
it won't look natural.
Yeah, because if I did that, it wouldn't look natural. People would be like, well, who's your surgeon? And then you cut to Frieza, who's like, so why do you want the Dragon Balls? You'll never guess.
Immortality?
No. They keep playing it up.
Indestructible body? No.
Oh, and by the way,
he's being very catty.
By the way, I love the reason he gives for that. Is like, that would just take all the fun out of the game. And I'm like, yes,
Yeah,
good.
Frieza doesn't want that anymore.
Yeah, this is the version of Frieza who's learned what a fight feels like and is actually kind of into it.
Kind of gets it.
And then Barry Blue, who hasn't said a word the entire
this weird,
movie.
like nanny character. It's like, it's because you want to be taller, isn't it? And the dude that was talking to was like, oh god, she's gonna fucking die.
But then
He's
you see Frieza's expression. He's like,
bingo.
Yeah.
And he's like, wait, what? I want to increase my height by 5 centimeters. Wait, why only 5 centimeters? Because it needs to look like I'm still growing. It needs to look natural.
And I love that he's like, then why don't you just be in your second form? It's like, I don't want to be in second form.
That form sucks. I want to be this one.
It's weak.
Why wouldn't he go to Namek? Why would he go to Earth where he knows those people are there?
That's a good point. That's a darn good point.
It's not like he went there to fight them, because he had 2 low-level dudes stealing radars in the Dragon Ball that were collected. Why didn't he just go to Namek?
That's a good point. There are, what, like 13, 20 universes with life on this. I mean, planets with life on this universe. And they've got to know where it is, especially since they're shown destroying a planet near the end.
All you need is your scouters. You just go, oh, that's kind of a strong planet.
And then just go, that is a very good point that I never thought of.
That form sucks. I want to be this one.
It's weaker.
especially if I'm gold. Come on, man. Think about it for
I
like more
want
than
to be
5
taller in
seconds.
my gold form. Petty Frieza, my favorite fucking thing. I know, like, the biggest complaints I've seen on Twitter is his motivation. I'm like, no,
No,
fuck it.
that's
No,
all
that's
in on
Frieza
the
was
Napoleon
awesome.
thing,
Yeah.
man.
Yes.
I love it.
Frieza is petty
Frieza-
and amazing.
Frieza is basically the shining star of this movie.
Yeah, I just wish he was around better stuff.
Absolutely, that's exactly what it is. I wish he was surrounded by a better movie. Because in Resurrection F, it's just come to Earth, fight, and that's basically the movie. This is where we get a lot of
Him
fun
just standing
Frieza.
around and talking and commenting on the fight and stuff like that.
And it's fun. And if he had shown up in a Battle of God setting, it would have been monstrously amazing.
Love it.
Frieza is petty and amazing, and he is my favorite part of this movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
He has so many amazing things. Like,
And do you know why all these character moments work? Because the animators, there's something called character acting. Because
Yeah.
everyone thinks that
absolutely.
animation is like a catch-all term, but character acting is specifically when a character moves around and gives expressions, you know, what adds to their conversation. Because you can have this dialogue coming out and be boring and just like, oh, okay, I guess that's funny.
Haha,
But
yeah.
the way that he moves and his like, oh, come on, you'll never guess.
and,
Yeah.
and it's great because, like, you
That's
see
like
this side of
slapsticky.
Frieza where,
Pause.
you know, he was like,
So manga can't be funny?
Yeah, I don't find some scenes in anime funnier than the manga just because there's expressions.
Books are funny. It doesn't have to be. It's a good moment on its own. I can understand that it can enhance it, but just go. It makes it.
a little shit when he was a kid, an overconfident little shit. He's still overconfident, but he takes himself less seriously because he knows he's not the top dog.
Yeah, yeah.
And I love that.
Yep.
It
Yeah.
shows development in a fucking character that used to be kind of one-dimensional.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I was always fine with one-dimensional Frieza. Like,
Yeah, when he
yeah.
was just tyrant on Namek and that was all you had.
I'm
of him.
Space Hitler.
Fine.
That's it.
Yeah, Space Napoleon Hitler was completely fine the way that he was, but when they went out of their way, okay, we're bringing him back.
Giving development.
Yeah, and this development is perfect. This
Yeah.
is exactly the direction you go.
He's-
Perfect is thrown around way too much.
Frieza, if he just stopped messing with everybody for 12 months,
He would destroy. There would be no chance.
there would be no chance. So it's not even that he's just like, oh, I'm not the strongest, that's why I'm acting this way. He could easily, I mean easily, become the strongest. Let us not forget, he fixed his stamina issue with his mind. stamina with his mind.
There would be no chance. So, but then there's always there's Whis and Beerus right over there.
But is it when they just never, ever do anything? Oh, we're not gonna do anything against Black. Whatever. That's on y'all to take care of.
We could easily do something, but we're gonna do something at the end though. We're just gonna kill that Zamasu and make sure that you can go over to that universe. We'll do that. What? Why are you interfering now?
He's not a good guy.
No.
But he's also like not the fucking worst thing in the universe.
Yeah.
He's fucking terrible. He destroys a lot of planets.
He seems like he will be whatever brings the worst thing in the
Yes,
universe.
exactly. He is the guy that causes the problems now. He is not the ultimate big bad problem. He is still probably the worst thing in that universe.
Yeah.
But he is not the biggest threat.
I think we'll skirt soon though to like the why doesn't Batman just kill the Joker thing though?
Yeah.
If he just keeps bringing these cosmic threats to Earth
Goku
every
loves
time.
it.
Yeah,
'Cause
no.
every time Goku gets
That's
a
the
new
thing.
cool fight, and he's like, "Fine, you get to keep
I know.
living."
So Cheelai and Lime are out there trying to find soldiers for Frieza's army because he decided to kill half of them because he wanted to prove a point. And
Yeah.
they find Paragus and Broly, who has a great introduction when you see older Broly for the first
Yep.
time. They get attacked by this scarab and they're like, I don't know if we can fight that thing. And Paragus yells, Broly! And from like half a mile, miles away, he's like, boom, and like Superman's into this thing and it just explodes.
Yes.
It's incredible. And then Cheelai just has this immediate sploosh moment on
Yeah,
her face.
instantly.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Cheelai is smitten. And I love, oh my god. So when
Their
they're flying-
relationship is adorable. And I
It
love
is. I love it. I
No,
thought
it's
I when you told me about it, I got so mad. I'm like, really? Oh, the beauty tames the beast. How fucking
But no,
cute.
she's also kind of an asshole, so it kind of
yeah,
works out.
yeah. They really do work it out, and you know what? I think they're good for each
Yeah,
other.
because in all of their scenes,
It's
she's the
nothing.
Why is she good? Why is Broly good for her?
What
Because
is
it's
that?
like a high school girl trying to save the bad boy. Like this lost little puppy dog. Oh, I can save him.
What is there?
But what, as characters, what are they? It's what?
She's nice to him. He's nice to her. Couldn't you just go, oh, that other dude there, he could easily be in a relationship with Broly as well? Since they're just nice, that's all there is they're nice to each other, and they care about each other. Why Broly gotta be straight?
You're going way too far.
I'm just saying, he has the same relationship as Cheelai and Broly, because he's there with all the scenes.
Not all of them.
What scenes were he there for? He was there for when he was like, I've never drank water, and he was
Yep.
eating. He was there for the cafeteria scene. He was
They
there
were-
for the introduction when it was just like, oh, here's the
You
shot
know what?
collar.
You might be right. He might have been in every single scene. I don't think those two shared a scene without him. Maybe one, maybe two. And that's only, I would have to dig for it.
I'm not remembering any of them outside of when it's just them two. He was always there.
the one with the spark. She's not the sweetheart. She cares about him.
Yeah.
She's like,
Oh, you're a sweet guy. I kind of want to see what's best for you.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Also, you're like fucking mega hot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, by the way, so
I
I'm
found
just,
a sexy, strong puppy.
Can I keep?
so I'm gonna lay this on the table. Like, for about 10-15 minutes of this movie, Broly. So Cheelai asks, "Hey, why aren't you wearing all your armor?" And he's just walking around with a fucking compression shirt on, and I'm just over here like
Under Armour.
Yeah.
okay.
Daddy
He's like,
Broly.
I can't move good in it. I don't like.
Yeah, and of course Cheelai.
he's like there's a super Tarzan Jane thing going
Oh,
here.
100%.
He even does like the ape speak.
Yep.
And I love. Well, he
But he knows manners.
Yeah, and he
Paragus
knows
taught him
manners.
manners.
And he uses
How? Why?
he uses proper grammar for the most part. He never does the full Tarzan speak.
But he
It's just still
speaks
very simple though.
yes.
He's like, no, he's my dad. Don't want to be.
Yeah,
What do you mean to?
you shouldn't say things like that. He is my dad.
He is
Yeah.
my father.
He is
Yeah.
my dad. Very.
But so The scene where he's like, I didn't want to put on my the armor. It doesn't look like it fit. What does Cheelai do?
Pulls the armor. Like, there's a lot of fan service with this character.
And I am 100% fine with it because it, it frames her in some ways, but she's always so spunky and cool. Like, you never feel like it's too exploitative. It's just
No, she owns.
No, it doesn't matter. It's exploitative. There's just shots of her butt as she's leaning over.
Didn't they have a problem like that in One Piece?
No, they said it wasn't too fan servicey.
But he said that I think he said something like it normally is exploitative.
Yeah, maybe. But One Piece really is.
Yeah, but there's no problem here.
I guess because she's spunky. But then Nami's always spunky. And she's like the most fan servicey part of One Piece. She's the one in all the shower scenes and tubs.
But it absolutely is exploitative. And it at a certain point, it just became too much. I'm like...
Dude, the anime ruined it because the anime went super stupid with it.
It seemed like they were just like, we need people to like this character, so let's make her cute and the fan servicey, and she likes Broly.
he owns it. It's fun. It's cute. And I'm like,
there's that great scene where like this big buff meathead guy starts hitting on her. She's like, buzz off. It's like, what, you think you're better than me? And Broly, being the polite gentleman he is, like, she said, leave her alone. It's like, who the fuck are you? This guy all of a sudden is kind of an idiot because he's looking at Broly.
Yeah.
Like, I can take you. Broly's got like at least 3 feet on him.
Yeah.
He takes a
Height
bunch
means
of Broly
nothing.
and Broly's just like,
Vegeta, Nappa.
Nothing. Tall man, not better man.
This has been the Toriyama thing forever. Frieza was short, but then he's the strongest. Kid Buu, short, but he's the strongest. Short means nothing. Height means nothing.
Vegeta and Goku are like 5'3", 5'5".
Going back to Dragon Ball, Goku was just in a tournament with fully grown adults, and he's just pushing them with one finger.
yep, almost kills him.
and then
Yeah.
Paragus shocks him, and
And it's a rough scene,
It's
by
a
the way.
violent. It's
Yeah,
pretty violent too.
it's like you really feel for Broly.
Uh,
And then Cheelai does like that sly cute thing where she pickpockets Paragus and
Yeah.
takes that remote and then straight up slows it on the ground and Krillin's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Nami does it all the time.
But they're, like you said,
It's not
they're
the-
attached to this. That's all it is.
But it's the cute Cheelai thing to pickpocket. It's not a... It's just a trait.
No, that's a character trait. Didn't
But
you
it's
see it in all of her backstory where she's like, I'm a pickpocket. That's my whole backstory.
No.
That's her thing. That's her thing.
Maybe that's in the extended version
There's
that we
no extended
all
version.
good.